Warmer weather is not going to be around for too much longer in southern Wisconsin. We got cool temperatures on the way. Just how cooler we're going to get, I'm going to let you know.
Plus, do Wisconsin's waterways have a pesticide problem? We take a look at recent data on the state's current standards and limits. And later, after signing the 2026 budget this week, why Dane County Executive Melissa Agard is already concerned about 2027. And we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'm Sarah Carlson. Eric Franke is off for the night. If you missed out on today's beautiful weather, you're in luck because you'll get another chance to enjoy it tomorrow. It will feel like spring, but after that, the temperatures will be doing a 180. For more on what to expect this weekend, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, folks on the other side of the camera over there. Yes, we're going to do 63 Saturday and then 46 on Sunday. So yes, we're going to do that 180. It's going to be breezy Saturday, breezy Sunday. Just a tiny chance of a shower on Saturday as a cold front and a strong cold front moves through the area. 70 degrees. That was the high temperature today in Lone Rock. Madison 66. Watertown that 86. Probably didn't quite get 86. That's a data artifact that's been hanging out there the past couple days. But these temperatures, as Sarah was just saying, spring-like for sure. Still gorgeous out there. 59 in Madison, 57 in Boscoville, 55 in the Dells, and we've got the triad really. Platteville, Monroe, Janesville, all at 57 degrees. And let's go into Dane County here. We got 59 at the airport and the 61s off to the west. And now we just updated here, 60 in Mount Horeb. But a gorgeous evening in store. We do have Friday night football, and the temperatures are going to be stellar for this time of year. Increasing winds, though, and increasing clouds. Those temperatures will be on the mild side for the Friday night football game, but the cool stuff is on the way. Will we have any precipitation with that cool stuff that's on the way? I'll let you know when I come back in a little while.
All right, thank you, Alex. In the news now, a Madison man is in custody after Monona police say he was found driving a stolen vehicle. At about 5 p.m. yesterday, officers learned about a stolen Kia Forte in the city. They tracked it to a parking stall near Broadway and Bridge Road. 2 adults and 2 children were found inside. Police found a handgun, cocaine, and marijuana during a search of the driver. He is now facing several charges. The adult passenger was detained but later released, and the 2 children were released into the custody of their mother. We're learning new information about a single vehicle crash involving a Fitchburg police officer early this morning. It happened about 3:10 a.m. near the intersection of Allied Drive and Carling Drive. According to Fitchburg police, the officer was taken to a hospital for evaluation after the crash, and they were not injured and released. That officer was in the process of responding to a call for service when that crash happened. Police are still investigating what led up to all of this. Right now, the state of Wisconsin does not have a standard in place for pesticides in water, but state agencies are trying to change that with research. Our Tanisha Shaw is covering how this can impact you. Now, Tanisha, this standard could give us more insight into possible health issues, right?
Yes. Hi, Sarah. Since the state of Wisconsin does not have a standard for pesticides in water, we do not know how the pesticides are or are not impacting our health.
We don't have groundwater standards. We cannot understand where the problem comes from, the extent of the problem, and therefore make decisions for potentially reduce the application of pesticides.
The Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, better known as DATCP, and the Department of Natural Resources are working together to find out what pesticides are in waterways in Wisconsin.
Pesticide applications are regulated activities, and those are regulated by DATCP. In order for DATCP to potentially reduce the rate of application of a pesticide or restrict the use of a pesticide, they need to start, an investigation that's triggered when there is an exceedance of groundwater standard. So in absence of groundwater standard, that whole process cannot start.
A lot of Wisconsin residents depend on groundwater. Sarah Walling from the nonprofit Clean Wisconsin says DATCP's and DNR's look into the pesticides is important for our health.
So making sure that our groundwater is clean and safe for all of us to consume is really the primary focus. And to that end, we don't have groundwater standards for a number of the pesticides that we are finding in drinking water.
Without a standard, it's hard to expand research to see how harmful these pesticides are.
But there's been numerous health connections from pesticide exposure to different cancers, thyroid diseases, a litany of human health concerns associated with that. So, but again, the problem is we don't have a standard to compare it to. We don't really have the ability to say how much is too much. Is a little bit of exposure going to cause a significant health problem or not?
Urban areas tend to use filtered surface water. However, more rural areas may have never been tested for pesticides, making a standard crucial for those who get water from private wells.
Private well owners that are located nearby farm fields where pesticides are applied might be more vulnerable to groundwater contamination.
Yeah, and this standard will likely take at least a few years to be set. In the meantime, if you have a private water well, you can get yours tested, but both DNR and Clean Wisconsin tell me that this process is very important, but it's also very expensive. Sarah, I'm going to send it back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Shanesha. In other news, QTS Data Centers is contributing $1.5 million to UW-Madison for its Advancing Data Center Sustainability Research Initiative. The company says the money will support projects focused on community engagement, energy systems, and sustainability. Today's announcement comes after QTS approached officials in DeForest and Vienna about annexing land for a data center. Now, part of the proposal includes plans to spend $50 million on what the company calls community commitments, like partnerships with UW-Madison and MATC. Next Tuesday at 6 o'clock, QTS will present an overview of its data center plan to the DeForest Village Board. The board will not take any action on the proposal during the meeting. The village anticipates it will receive an official annexation petition and additional entitlement submission from QTS in November. Anyone is allowed to go to that meeting, which is at DeForest Area High School. Well, Dane County Executive Melissa Agard is already concerned about the 2027 county budget. She signed the 26 budget this week, and it's one that faces a $31 million structural deficit. As our Ellie LaLiberte shows us, that deficit is likely to carry over.
Dane County Executive Melissa Agard tells me there will likely be a structural deficit of roughly $30 million in the 2027 budget. Now, Agard emphasized this is a structural deficit that has been carried over for many years before her election to the role. Now, to address that, Agard says she's announcing a hiring freeze, and the county will also be conducting a space and utilization study to eliminate waste. Overall, she says she's looking to cut costs in a more thoughtful way.
In April, announced to my department heads that they needed to slow down hiring. I announced to them that I was expecting them to put together their proposals to me with a minimum of a 4% cut, thinking that if we really tightened our belts and did that work this year, that next year we could go at this in a little bit more thoughtful way, with this more of a scalpel rather than the sledgehammer.
Now, throughout the 2026 budget process, Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett has said if his staffing is drastically impacted, the new county jail might not be able to open. You can hear how Agard is working with the sheriff this Sunday morning at 10:30 on For the Record.
Ellie, thank you. Agard is also planning on announcing dates for community listening sessions to discuss the 2027 budget shortfall. Well, the Goodman Community Center is gearing up to begin accepting food donations this weekend for the Thanksgiving Basket Drive. For the 37th year, they're lifting up local residents in need who need a traditional holiday meal. News 3 Now is once again a proud sponsor of this event, and we were there on News 3 Now this morning to help them get an early start.
We have a little surprise for you this morning.
Oh my gosh.
I want to bring in our general manager, Scott Chastain. Scott, good to see you. Welcome to the 608.
Absolutely. No, it's great to be on the morning show.
What do you have right here?
Well, to help kick everything off tomorrow, we from WISC and News 3 Now, we wanted to kick everything off with a $1,500 donation to the Goodman Center for what you guys do. So.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
This
is such a help. In addition to the food, the funds that y'all and the community give, they go to buy things like the non-perishable stuff, the milk, the eggs, the butter, and of course, filling in any gaps that come in. So this matters so much. Thank you. We could not do this without the support of you all and other businesses and other people in the community who really care.
Since our donation this morning, the Goodman Center is now up to more than $3,200, just about 12 hours. We have a link for financial contributions posted at channel3000.com. And here's what's needed for the Thanksgiving Basket Drive specifically. This year, the center registered 4,000 families in record time, representing more than 25,000 residents in Dane County, including over 10,000 children. Again, you have from tomorrow through next Friday, November 21st, to donate the food. Coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, where you can go to get protected against the flu without having to leave your car. Plus, how some high school students are teaching financial literacy in schools to their classmates. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The Clean Lakes Alliance 15th annual Mendota Freeze contest returns tomorrow. Anyone who guesses the exact date that they believe Lake Mendota will completely freeze over will be entered to win a gift card to a local business. Participants only get one guess, and the Wisconsin State Climatology Office requires the ice to hold for a period of 24 hours before a lake can officially be declared frozen over, FYI. Last winter, the Lake Mendota's official ice-on date was December 25th, Christmas Day. Of the more than 1,300 people who entered the contest, 21 people guessed correctly. Good for them. Well, beautiful weather today. My gosh, but we could use some moisture, Alex. Do we have any rain or snow in sight?
We do have some rain and snow. Little bit chances Friday night going into Saturday. Not much to speak of. Little chances Monday going on into Tuesday. Better chances as we head towards Thursday and Friday, and even going into Saturday of next week. Weather models are really in good agreement with this weather system, and this is why we need that weather system, because we're down nearly an inch for the month, and we're down nearly 4 inches for the year, and drought conditions are continuing to expand across southern Wisconsin. So we need that weather system, and it does look like at this point in time, again, consistency is there between our weather models Thursday going into Friday and Saturday of next week. That water is on the way, and tonight at 10 I'll give you a glimpse of that weather system. How about this? 63 on Saturday, spring-like on Saturday, just a slight chance of a sprinkle or a shower. It will stay breezy, and then we got the 46 here for Sunday, back to normal, and that is normal for this time of year, 46 for a normal high temperature. Speaking of weather systems, 8 o'clock Saturday morning, again, some clouds. Winds are going to start to come out of the northwest right around 8 o'clock. That's as that cold front is moving into southern Wisconsin. And not a lot of green with it. In fact, I saw just one tiny little blip there. That may be that sprinkle that you could expect on Saturday. Then breezy conditions are going to last Saturday going on into Sunday. Let's track the temperatures. This is the low for tonight. It's going to be at 54 degrees right around midnight. If that occurs, that could be a record warm low for the date. That's as cold or as chilly as we're going to get. We're going to rise a little bit temperature-wise through the early morning hours, and then we'll get up to 63 in Madison, 61 in Prairie du Chien, 61 in Boscobel, 62 in Lone Rock, 60 in the Dells, and 65 in Janesville. How about that? Then the cold front really comes through, and here comes the blues here. Temperatures in the upper 20s to right around 30 Sunday morning. That's totally normal for this time of year. Winds gusting upwards of 30 miles per hour Saturday, 25 miles per hour on Sunday. So we had gone with the wind that we were tracking the past couple of days, and it was so nice today to not have that breeze. But the breezes will be coming back Saturday going on into Sunday. Indiana, if you're curious about the forecast, they'll be in the 70s, rainy conditions, and in the 50s for the Packers game with the New York Giants on Sunday. Here's our stretch of 40s with the best chance for that rain Thursday going on into Friday, perhaps even lasting a little bit into the very early morning hours of Saturday. That wet weather maker, we need that water, so hopefully that water materializes. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. And speaking of cold stuff, we were talking about the freezing of Lake Mendota. We have Wisconsin Winter Weather Awareness Week next week, and we get a whole lineup of topics, watches and warnings and advisories on Monday, talk about snow squalls on Tuesday, talk about common winter storm paths that some storms take and the names of those paths. Winter safety tips and the First Warn Winter Weather Outlook. We're going to return back to our Winter Ready special. You're going to see Graham Harrington and with Weather with the Wise. Loki's going to be on. Loki, the whirlwind weather dog. So Tune in next week. We got a lot of fun playing.
It will be a lot of fun and perfect timing. It'll be cool.
It'll be cooler. It won't be 70-degree weather.
Right, exactly. Thank you, Alex. Well, the holiday season is right around the corner, so why not celebrate early? Tomorrow, you can stop by the Olin Park Lights. This is the 37th year the free lights are dazzling drivers. They turn on at dusk every night for the next 6 weeks. You can also grab a candy cane from 4:30 to 10 every night. And tomorrow, the Holiday Farmers Market also returns to the Monona Terrace. More than 65 different vendors will be there showcasing their goodies, ranging from Thanksgiving staples to holiday wreaths and soaps. And if you can't make tomorrow's market, no worries, there will be similar shows the next few weekends. Still to come in sports, Andrew gets you ready for Level 4 of the high school football playoffs. That's next on News 3 Now.
Welcome into Mansfield Stadium here in Madison, where Level 4 of the high school football playoffs are here. We're just one step away from the state championships, but first, 5 teams in our area need to take care of business in the state semifinals, like the Waunakee Warriors, who play Arrowhead here at Vel Phillips Memorial this evening. We'll have the highlights from all 5 of those state semis tonight on the final drive. 2 years ago, I was in Bloomington when Wisconsin football lost to a bad Indiana team. But a lot has changed since. That was just one of the first stunning losses of the Luke Fickell era, and now things are much different. Wisconsin football has fallen from grace, while Indiana has risen to one of the blue bloods of the sport, thanks in large part to their new head coach, Curt Cignetti, who says Luke Fickell hasn't gotten a fair shake.
They're a tough, gritty football team. I mean, they've had a murderer's row schedule. Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, Iowa, Washington, Alabama, you name it. And, you know, I got a lot of respect for Coach Fickell. He's a proven winner. You know, the guy's had his starting quarterback available about 30% of the time during his tenure at Wisconsin. That's tough duty.
Wisconsin volleyball is a blue blood through and through. Case in point, Allie Andrew left Baylor, one of the best programs in the country, to come finish out her college career in Madison. And for her, of course, not an easy choice, but when Wisconsin offered her, it became much easier. Her 11th ranked squad goes to Michigan State tonight, but before that, catch her as the guest on tonight's Wisconsin Huddle. She says her experience as a Badger has blown away any expectations she had.
Wisconsin has just been the biggest blessing. I think the people here have really made the place. I didn't know how it would go, only spending 6 months in one place. It's not very long, but it's been so fun. Like my teammates, coaches, the volleyball environment here. The field house is packed for every game, and it's just been a really fun place to play in.
Returning to WISC TV this weekend, Morgan Murphy Media is once again teaming up with Weigel Broadcasting Company to bring Bucks games to fans in Madison. Watch the Bucks and the Lakers play right here on News 3 tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll send it back to you guys and see you later at 10. For now at Mansfield Stadium, I'm Andrew Banstra with News 3 Sports.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Andrew, and thanks for watching News 3 Now at 6. The Wisconsin Huddle is up next. Be sure to tune in, and we'll see you back here at 10. You can always find us streaming Channel 3000 Plus.